Okay, those silly wizards are at it again. Okay, remember Malfoy is in the car on the ground. He must follow the streets to get to Gringotts. Okay, and Harry's in the magical car so he can go straight from point to point. Okay, make sure to label which one is start and which one is finish. It's even more important for the formula that we're going to build together today. Okay, so they start at 0, 0 and are racing to 5, 12. So you can just do your best for the 5, 12. I know the printed one, the graph didn't show up perfect. So just do your best. We'll get the idea. So what's... Yeah, so just do a point outside. You're just doing your best, like I said. Okay. What is Draco's horizontal distance? 5. Good. Remember we did that a bunch last time, right? We could take our x finish, which is 5, minus our x start, which was 0, and that gets us our horizontal distance at 5, right? Remember doing that last time when we did our segment ratio stuff? Okay. Everybody doing okay? Okay, then what about my vertical distance? What's that? 12. So y finish minus y start, 12 minus 0 is 12. I'm sure you're like, Summers, why are you doing all that? I can just count the boxes. For sure, but we're just going to slowly build up to a formula today, okay? Any questions so far? Okay, so if I wanted to know how far does Draco travel, then I would take 5 plus 12, and it would be 17. That one's easy. Draco's distance traveled is 5 plus 12, because he has to stay on the grid, right? But what if I wanted to know how far Harry traveled, okay? Now, it's probably been a little while since we've done this, but does anybody remember something we've used in the past? If I have two sides of a right triangle that will help me find the third side. Try and dig back in your math brains, okay? So if I'm asking you to try and remember a formula we've used in this class, you've used in other classes, that if I have a triangle and I have two sides, it'll help me find the third side. Lexi? That's a good guess. That's area. Kennedy? Yeah, Pythagorean theorem, or a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Good memory. Mason, I think I heard you saying it too. Good. So the A is going to be our horizontal side, and the B is our vertical side, and the C is always our biggest side. We call it the hypotenuse. So 5 squared plus 12 squared equals c squared, which is the distance from 0, 0 to 5, 12, which is what we're looking for Harry's traveling distance. How many miles he put on his car. So you got your calculators out, right? Is what the c squared equals. So how do we get c alone? So close. Square root. Now you always want to double check first to see if it's a nice perfect square, right? Because if I don't have to do a factor tree, I don't want to. Is it a nice perfect square on this one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 13. Square root or square? Usually you have to press the second button, and it's in the different color right above x squared. You see it, Chase, or do you want me to come over?
Yeah, I'll probably come over.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just being lazy. Okay. So the second button is blue, and And then you see right there above the x squared in blue.
Yeah.
Go.
So thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's try another one. Okay. So, this time they're going from 5, 12. So that's start to -5, -6. Oh no, that's an eraser. So I need to start, in order to find Draco's total distance traveled, I'm going to start by finding my A, which is my horizontal distance. So I take X finish minus X start. And then B, which is my vertical distance, I'm going to take Y finish minus Y start. We did that a lot last time, right? Finish minus start always finds how far two things are apart. Can someone raise their hand and tell me why it makes sense in this one, based on where my start and where my finish is, that these numbers are negative? Why does it make sense based on where my start and where my finish is that these numbers are negative? Chase?
Because you're going down.
Because they're going down. Perfect. They should be negative. Is that going to mess up my Pythagorean theorem? Hey, what happens when I square a negative number? Becomes positive, so it's not going to mess it up at all. So in order to find Harry's, when I do my Pythagorean theorem, I'm going to take my -10 squared, A squared, plus B squared equals my C squared. That's, oh yeah, for Draco's answer, yeah. So -28, and that shows me that he went down and left the whole time, right? So now we want this one. Okay, we're already about halfway through the lesson, Aiden, so hurry up and catch up. Now when you type these ones in, don't forget to be putting the parentheses in, because the negatives should go away, right? The negatives should go away. So I got 100 plus 324. Is that what you guys got? So then 424 is C squared. So that means that the distance between those 2 points is 424 squares. That doesn't seem right. Oh, square root. My bad. I always forget that. Careful. The fact that he got 20.55 tells me that it's not a perfect square. So we're going to have to review factor trees. It's been a while since we've done factor trees. Okay? So if I want to get my exact answer, can anybody think of a number that goes evenly into 424? 20? Nope. Good guess. Huh? 4 does. 4 and what? So 8 might, 2 for sure does, but if we're going to use 4, you need to divide it on your calculator and tell me 4 times what number is 424? 106? Awesome. Okay, are both of those or either of those prime, or can we break either of them down more? Yeah, we can break them both down more. The 4 goes into 2 and 2, and the 106 goes into, no, only 2 and 53. Good memory, you guys. It's been a long time since we've done reducing radicals. We'll get lots of practice of that today. Anybody remember what I do now that I have them all broken down?
Don't you like cancel out like the 2's because there's 2 of them?
Yeah, kind of. I'm going to pair up the pairs so they group together, right? And they become 1, 2 on the outside. And then my leftovers go on the inside. And then you remultiply them.
Answer is
2 square root 106.